For years, I thought I understood autism. I'd seen the portrayals in movies and heard the myths passed around in conversation. I assumed it was all about limitations, what someone couldn't do. A puzzle. A challenge. Something to fix. But that picture? It was outdated, incomplete, and unintentionally harmful. Then I stumbled into a rabbit hole of TED Talks that flipped everything I thought I knew. These weren't just lectures, they were awakenings. Autistic people shared their own experiences, from the surprising relief of a late diagnosis to the often unseen brilliance of the autistic mind. What I learned fundamentally changed how I view autism. Here are 5 powerful lessons I believe everyone needs to hear. And the first starts not with a problem, but with a breakthrough. 1. A diagnosis is an answer, not a sentence. I had to unlearn the idea that getting diagnosed meant something was wrong. Many people see a diagnosis as the start of a problem, but for so many autistic adults, especially those who've spent years feeling different, it's the exact opposite. It's the missing piece. In his TEDx talk, Philip Colligan described receiving his autism diagnosis at 42 as a life-changing moment. He talked about being misunderstood, left out, and struggling socially, not knowing why. Imagine navigating the world with the wrong instruction manual. Then suddenly, you're handed the right one. You're not broken. You're autistic. Your brain just works differently. That's not a limitation, it's clarity. It's the start of a self-understanding journey. A late diagnosis can reframe years of difficulty into a story of misunderstood neurodiversity. That was my first lesson. A diagnosis isn't the end of potential, it's the beginning of self-compassion and adaptation. 2. The autistic brain isn't faulty, it's wired. Differently, next came the realization that my understanding of the autistic mind was flawed. The stereotype of a normal brain gone wrong? Totally wrong. In his TED Talk, Ethan Lisi explained, autism is not a disease, it's a different way of thinking. That's the heart of the neurodiversity movement. Think of it this way, a Mac isn't a broken PC. Both are powerful systems, just with different logic and strengths. Autistic brains often process sensory input more intensely. Sounds, lights, and textures might be overwhelming. Social cues may not be automatic, they must be decoded consciously. This isn't a flaw, it's a different configuration. Dr. Temple Grandin describes thinking in pictures, a skill that helped her design systems others couldn't even imagine. The key takeaway? The autistic brain isn't malfunctioning, it's specialized. 3. Masking is survival, not pretending. One of the most eye-opening ideas I came across is the concept of masking, when autistic people camouflage their traits to blend into a neurotypical world. In her TEDx talk, Leah Reinardi described masking as a survival mechanism. It's about toning down or hiding natural behaviors like avoiding eye contact or stimming to meet social expectations. Killia Kennedy compared it to a chameleon adapting to every environment, but at great personal cost. Masking can mean constantly second-guessing your facial expressions, speech tone, and body language. It's a full-time performance that can be mentally draining. Malcolm White described it as feeling emotionally compressed. And long-term, this effort can lead to autistic burnout, where your energy, motivation, and ability to function crash. Understanding masking helped me reframe so much of what I once misjudged. It's not deceit, it's resilience in a world that wasn't designed for neurodivergent people. 4. Strengths lie in specialization and deep focus. Pop culture tends to focus on autistic savants, but that's only one small part of the story. There's a much broader and more common pattern of unique strengths. Dr. Grandin emphasizes that the world needs all kinds of thinkers. Autistic minds often excel in pattern recognition, visual thinking, and systemic analysis. They might notice things others overlook. Their ability to focus deeply on code, on music, on mechanics isn't a quirk. It's a serious asset in a distracted world. Temple Grandin argues that many of today's tech innovators likely carry autistic traits. Their success comes from specialization, deep work, and pattern mastery. So instead of focusing on social challenges, we need to recognize these strengths and build systems that tap into them. 5. Accommodation isn't special treatment, it's equal access. This final lesson brings everything together. If the autistic brain operates differently, we must adjust environments, not people. As Philip Colligan said in his TED Talk, we shouldn't fix people to fit society. We should build a society that fits people. That's what real inclusion looks like. Giving someone with sensory sensitivities noise-canceling headphones isn't a perk, it's access. Using clear, direct communication isn't dumbing down, It's reducing ambiguity and improving understanding. Providing predictable routines helps reduce anxiety and boost productivity. These accommodations aren't luxuries. They are the ramps, lifts, and tools that allow autistic individuals to thrive and contribute at full capacity. It's not about treating them differently. It's about treating them fairly. TED Talks help me move from awareness to understanding, from outdated assumptions to deeper insight. Autism isn't a shortcoming. It's a different, valid way of being human. A diagnosis is clarity, not a life sentence. The autistic brain is not broken, it's extraordinary. Masking is not manipulation, it's survival. And accommodations aren't favors. They're a foundation for inclusion. We don't just need to talk about autism. We need to listen to autistic people. That's how we build a world where all kinds of minds can shine. Now it's your turn. What's one thing you've learned about autism that changed your thinking? Share it in the comments and let's build a smarter, kinder, more inclusive conversation together. And if this helped shift your own perspective, consider subscribing. We've got more insights like this coming. Real voices, real stories, and real ways to make a difference.